Shout out to JC, a break at night, huh? I'm saying, it ain't the first time I've done it. It's not really a thing. Like, I break night every day, you know? Only difference is that usually I break night and I chill in the morning time and I just bullshit, in all honesty. You know what I mean? I do my night show wherever it lands me, and then I get off, I do my edits, I put up my content where it needs to go on the Discord, and then literally in the morning I sit here, I enjoy some breakfast, and I watch content. So I just said, why am I not live while doing that? Just gives me more opportunity to do business, more opportunity to produce content, more opportunity to catch up on topics and things that technically I'm going to watch this anyway. So why not have a live stream going while I'm watching it? But breaking night is not something that is rare for me. You just may not see me in the morning time. I literally break night every single day. All right. So I'm here. Good morning, my nigga. I got my McDonald's breakfast. I got my coffee. I still have to edit my stream from last night. It hasn't rendered yet. It was about 11 hours. And I have content that I want to catch up on. I did say this sometime last week that No Jumper is something that I watch religiously. And, because I watch it religiously, I just feel like it's natural that I should start becoming accustomed to maybe talking about it. Okay. Maybe using it for content. Okay. If you fuck with No Jumper, you're more than welcome to join me and discuss with me the things that are going on with No Jumper. If No Jumper is not your thing, then, I don't know what to say. You just gotta, maybe come back when I'm doing something that appeases you more. Okay. So I do want to start off with No Jumper. At some point in time, someone else that I kind of want to start covering, we are shooting really high. Okay. We're going to be covering a specific rapper. I like the rapper. And in the last couple of weeks, the rapper has shown me that he has other talents other than rapping. And for a while I've been saying, I love these other talents, but when are we going to get back to rapping? And I believe we're about to find out the reason why. Okay. I'll leave it there. Okay. We still got to watch this. Allegedly, No Jumper is looking like it's about to get rid of a bunch of his hosts. Salutes to No Jumper. Always been a great platform to watch. And what No Jumper has done, as crazy as it sounds, is what I've been trying to do since like HS1. The thing is that niggas are irresponsible. Like even on No Jumper, niggas are irresponsible. But at least Adam's been able to show it to you. I've tried to do this at my own studios, Higa Studio One. I wanted it to be a podcast style where we're just hanging out and talking about daily topics and stuff like that. Okay. I tried to do it with Jules, right? Jules was taxing, talking about I had to give her half donations. I'm like, my nigga, like, that's crazy. Okay. Imagine one of these people going into fucking No Jumper and say, hey, Adam, I want half the business. So already Jules was like, I can't do with Jules. I tried with Preezy. Preezy was just too lazy. And this is not even when Preezy was living in another state. Preezy was living like 20 minutes away from me. My nigga, too lazy to come to hang out in the studio and produce any type of content. All right. I ended up saying, fuck them niggas. Right. I did bring in like Oleg, but Oleg as well was a person that, Oleg, to me, Oleg's talent. And, let me, this is a good time to, we're going to get to that, but let me steer y'all and show y'all why No Jumper is so intriguing to me. So, at some point in time, I myself was trying to build this, where I have other people, not even content creators, because I could turn you into a content creator. Okay. But just other people just come hang out at the studio, you know what I'm saying? And we're going to talk, sometimes it's going to be about daily topics. Sometimes it might be about daily drama. Who cares, nigga? Just come hang out at the studio. You can come, you can chill, you can fall asleep, you could take a shower, you can smoke, you can drink, you can smoke crack if you want to. Just come to the studio. Okay? And if you help me produce and I make more money, then I don't mind breaking you off some. But the thought process is that you got to make more money. I'm not going to give you half of what I already make myself. You got to come in and produce more. Okay? I've always told these niggas this, right? But they just lazy niggas. You know what I mean? They just are, right? I started off with Jules. Jules wanted half. I already knew that Jules was a no-go. Preezy was just a lazy nigga. That nigga maybe came to HS1, my nigga, less than 5 times. And I lived there for a full year. Okay, pay attention to that. Before I do, again, shout out to JC. I believe I shouted you out, right, JC? Salute, man. Shout out to Turtle, the Gary, hashtag Larry, the New York Dad, be best, and salutes to my niggas in white. All right, salutes, man. So Jules, so Jules wanted half, and then when that wasn't working, I put Jules on to gain because I've always kept it 100 with my peoples. Like my nigga, I can't give you half, but if you help me produce, then we will make more money. That led to Jules bringing the 2 chicks on, one of them being her niece, and then she fought her niece. You see how I'm trying to make something happen, and the niggas around me are just fucking it up. Okay. Even before that, I tried to do it with David Stone, and then Jules and Preezy went over there and stole weed. Right? Look, and these niggas are supposed to be my friends. They think that they're doing me a favor. No, my nigga, I'm doing you niggas a favor. Okay? Not to toot my own horn, my nigga, but I already have my community. I already have something set up. You niggas need me. I don't fucking need you. I can replace you. Now, don't get me wrong. I can replace you, but, obviously, I was just replacing you with more bums. Okay? So, again, I tried to do it with the David Stone higga. The stealing of the weed that Jules and Preezy did, that was legit, my nigga. They tried to play it off like it was a jokey joke, but that was legit. Them niggas were trying to steal weed from David Stone, right? And David Stone, after that, started kind of acting a little different with me. You know what I'm saying? In a way, it's technically my fault because I brought them over there, right? Even David Stone kind of started acting a little bit, and then started demanding, that I give him just even more than what we're, not even a half. That nigga wanted more than what the half was. And I was just like, I don't mind doing the content with you, my nigga, but like, and I hate to say this like this when I say it to people, but my nigga, you're a dime a dozen. I can find someone else. I could eventually find someone if I really just put the effort into doing it. Okay. Again, I'm explaining how, no jumper is really something that I admire because Adam has been able to at least get it to the step where the niggas are coming into work. Okay. I could barely get the niggas to work at all. Niggas just think, and you know what it is also? There's a saying, shout out to Jay Rio. I think Jay Rio said this saying one time. And when he said it, I kind of overlooked it. But, in a way, like, shout out to Jay Rio for recognizing it. And I need to recognize it as well. At one point in time, my nigga, I could print money. Okay, I could print money. There was one point in time where you couldn't even talk on this platform because the donos were back to back to back to back to back to back. Cool, it has settled down. Some people would say Zaya fell off. No, there's actually just more room to talk now. But at any point in time, I could set this motherfucker off, nigga, and we could go on a fucking dono run. Okay. My example, I just did a stream 10, 11 hours. Why? Because shout out to Big Money Sonny. He came through. The nigga want to play music, and the nigga is paying. So everybody got to pause. Come back later. Come back in 3 hours because I'm going to entertain the paying customer. Okay, shout the Big Money Sonny came through, just wanted to chill, play music, and I was happy to oblige. Okay, back in the day. So Jules, Preezy, then that was HS1. Then what I realized was, and this is how I become associated with IP2, right? I don't give a fuck about the people watching IP2. I didn't give a fuck about being put on the network and get more views. I didn't give a fuck about that. I have my own community. I've been said that. I have my own audience to entertain. Okay, so the IP2 was more of, oh shit, the streamers. Bing, bing, bing. Oh shit, look, these streamers. No offense to the streamers, but they bum niggas. They have bum nigga mentality where they don't mind just fucking hanging out and smoking. And as long as you get them some fucking beers, nigga, and so a little bit of weed, nigga, them niggas are happy. So I said, just like Nike, Nike goes overseas, right? To get cheap labor, right? That was me thinking, oh shit, cheap labor. Look, I could get these niggas to just chill in the spot and produce. All right. I got some heavyweights too. Me bringing in, I brought in Alchi. I brought in AK. That AK at that time, whether you like the nigga or not, he's just coming off the RV trip. Okay, I got AK. Yeah, but fuck the trolls, nigga. Like, fuck them niggas. It was never about them. It was about the streamers to entertain y'all niggas. Now I get it that the trolls came along with it. You know what I'm saying? But you know, there have been options available on here for the longest. The problem is that this platform is a pay to play platform, and a bunch of you niggas don't pay. I get it, you know what I mean? And it's all good. It's all love. I don't hate you, but the thing is that it is pay to play here. And some of y'all niggas don't break off no cheddar to utilize the options that I give you to get rid of niggas. Okay? Again, no big deal. I'm just, you know, we need to be able to look at the scope of how I do things, and you just need to understand how I do business. If at any point in time any of these things bother y'all, it's time to look for someone else to watch. Okay? Because I'm not going to change my business. Let me reiterate that. I'm going to change my business whenever I think it's appropriate for the business model to change so that it could continue to function. Okay. It's not going to change because of somebody's feelings. Okay. Last night I did a stream and a nigga got butthurt because he got kicked. All right. And then it got messy. Okay. Just stop watching me, bro. Like, and I don't mean stop watching me like, fuck you. I mean, bro, listen. My nigga, I got rough skin, nigga. I got tight skin. Some of you niggas don't got the skin that I got. You can't function like I can in this environment. You got to find something else to watch, papas. You got to find something that is more convenient for you and it's less irritating to you, you know, because it be good over here sometimes. But then when the going gets rough, some of you niggas fold, bro. Some of you niggas fold. You don't got tough skin like I do, bro. And it's easy to say it. It's another thing to go through it. So now back on track, right? So, you know, again, No Jumper. I love No Jumper because No Jumper is technically what I've been trying to get popping for the longest. Let's go down the list. Jules can't do it. She wants half. She's not even a person that's worth paying half to. Okay. Yo, can you get some girls to come in and I'll pay you per girl that you come in. And when they take shots, I'll even pay you off the shots that they take. Jules had a beautiful system where she could have made a whole lot of extra money and fucking blew it day one. Preezy, a lazy bum nigga. He's always been a lazy bum. The nigga been riding my coattails since the minute that I met him. He has never brought nothing to the table other than one time putting unauthorized over the Pinocchio. That's his claim to fame. The nigga has done nothing other than that. Who else, man? It sucks because when I really wanted to do this, or let me say this, it sucks because now that I know the concept of what I want to do, I wish I would have been able to do this back when I lived, and this was before Jules. Now, if you know my lore, you know, I've been on YouTube since 09, right? But live streaming, I've only been doing it since like 2019. I literally started doing it. You know why I started live streaming? Because I lost my job with Uber fucking with Jules. Okay, fucking with Jules, me doing Uber, you know, I lost my job. Okay. I lost my job doing Uber, and then I didn't have a car to go to clearance, you know? So what I did was I gave another run at YouTube. The only thing is now I got the concept of live streaming. And since then it worked, it got me back good. And then it got me back to where, oh shit, now I could get a vehicle and I could go pick up shoes and all that type of shit. Right. But you know, during that time, you know, again, there's been multiple people I've tried to bring on to podcast with me. Okay. Jules, Preezy. Who else, man? You've seen a bunch of them, you know, Young Privilege. You know, Young Privilege would have been a person that I would have had on a normal basis. Although, don't get me wrong, like he wasn't exactly producing anything. I would have had to kind of mold him a little bit, but you know, look, he ends up stealing some fucking a Dutch, nigga. Of all things, a Dutch. You know, imagine Adam 22, No Jumper, right? Imagine him, you know, having to deal with niggas stealing the No Jumper thing, or one of the things right here, or one of these, you know, something that just don't belong to you. You know, Young Privilege, I had that shit popped. Oh, I remember where I was at. So in HS1, that's when I started looking at the IP2 streamers. right? I didn't give a fuck about the community or the trolls. Now, don't get me wrong. I didn't anticipate that we would have such a mass amount of trolls that came over, but like, who gives a fuck, my nigga? Fuck them niggas. Okay. Alchie, big name at that time in IP2. AK is a developing character. Alice is already an established character over there, you know. And when I got them, you know, this entire time I said, yo, cheap labor. But, you know, what comes with cheap labor sometimes? A cheap work ethic. You know, no offense to AK, Alchie, or Alice, but my nigga HS1, when I brought them in, they locked themselves in the room. And they didn't even come out. They didn't even really, you know, really put forth towards the content, which at the very beginning, they asked me, like, yo, Zaya, what is your expectation of me? What is your expectation of us? Do you expect us to stream? And I said, bro, you don't have to stream to your community. You could just be part of mine. You could be part of the backdrop. You know, I would have liked, right? And, you know, I just don't feel like I have to tell a streamer that we have to stream. I feel like that should already be in your mind. If you're staying in a streamer house, you should be waking up, nigga. As soon as you see me, yo, Zaya, what's the plans for today? What we streaming? Is there any sort of activity that we're doing? You know, can we think of an idea? Can we stream for 4 or 5 hours and then be done for the day? But you get cheap labor comes with poor work ethic. And then these niggas don't even want to stream. They're not streaming to their community. In mine, they're just kind of walking by and really not. So, and here's the thing, because I'm a person that, you know, I like to come up with an idea and foresee if it goes wrong, right? The thing is that sometimes it could get away from me where I didn't foresee that happening. I didn't foresee them staying in the room. That was crazy. And then by that time, I didn't have a camera in the room. So, you know, I didn't feel right. As much as y'all gonna say, but Zaya, but it's yours. You could just do what you. I have a moral ethics code that is mine. And none of y'all are going to move it. I'm going to operate the way that I operate. And you guys are my audience. You're going to roll with me. Again, if at any point in time you do not like the way that this is structured, it is you that has to leave. I'm not going anywhere. I'm still going to do YouTube. I'm still going to do my content with you or without you. And I mean that with the total utmost respect. The reason I'm saying this is because I already know what y'all going to say. But Zay, you should have went in. No, that's not how I do things. I took the L. I took the L on the chin. Hopefully that's said right. I took the L. Dutchie, what up? Shout to Reno. Lucia, man. Shout to Reno. I remember the exact stream you, Just, and David could have popped off. You know, like David was a good, you know, and here's also the thing too, because in time, I've learned to appreciate, unfortunately, after the fact. I look today and I say, yo, David would have been perfect to be part of my stream. I'm not going to give you half because I'm the boss. All this shit falls on me. I'm the one that provides all the equipment. I'm the one that pays the taxes. You niggas just show up, show out, and leave. You don't do anything else. You're never going to get half from me. Nobody. I'd rather just do it myself. Okay? But I don't mind even paying a wagely, you know, a little $10 an hour or something like that just to talk. I think that is not, I think that that's not that bad. Now, don't get me wrong. If the shit blows up and I'm making more, then I could give you more. But the thought process that you coming in and you just asking for half, that's crazy because I've already established this. You didn't do nothing, nigga. You just came in and sat down and started talking. How you asking for half? So, you know, again, in HS1, when I first tried this out, I had these, you know, these IP2 streamers. They ended up staying in the room. I didn't have a camera in the room, so I just took it on the chin. You know, eventually they leave. You know, I get Oleg. Oleg is another person that, yo, I fuck with Oleg, right? I love him. He's got a skill that I can monetize insanely. The ability to drink. That nigga, I could feed him alcohol until he passes out. Isn't that what you niggas want to see? You niggas want to see a nigga passed out. Is that nigga dead, Zaya? The nigga can't control himself. He can't wait for the donations to come in. He's useless. So you know what ends up happening? I got to be the dead nigga on the floor for y'all niggas to donate, to send shots. You know, I can't do that forever, my nigga. I'm gonna kill myself. I'm not gonna be Blade to provide you niggas for content. Some of you niggas don't know who Blade is. Blade is from IP2. That nigga is damn near footless. Nigga, he just lost a foot or toes on his foot because that nigga drank himself that way. I'm not gonna do that for y'all, nigga. For that nigga, I'll shut this shit down, nigga, and you niggas will never see me again. That the only reason you niggas see me is because I'm on the internet. The day I shut this down, nigga, you will never see me again. Okay? So, you know, Oleg, you know, useless, right? You know, other individuals that I've brought on has always been issues, you know? So, you know, again, the reason I'm talking about this is because I like No Jumper. Why? Because this is supposed to be what I was doing. I was supposed to have niggas, you know, coming through, sitting down. And the thing is that, you know, like along the way, bro, there's been so many instances of people that, you know, I've been able to house Tops. Tops is great. Tops was just on the Sneaker Scandal show last night. So you missed him. Shout to Mr. Williams in the house. Missing Toes is crazy. I got a better one for you, my nigga. Like Mr. Williams, I love you, my nigga. You my nigga. But Missing Toes to provide content? That's even crazier. There's not one of you niggas that's ever going to get me to get my fucking toes taken off so that I could keep you entertained. Nigga, shut it down, nigga. I'll go about my life. Okay? I was doing perfectly fine without streaming. I could go back to doing what I was doing before and be perfectly fine. Okay? While streaming is a great form of making money for me, it is not my only form of making money. And I was making money before this live streaming shit. Okay? So, you know, again, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just being firm in what I'm trying to tell you. Right? Again, you know, the No Jumper thing, they were supposed to be, you know, ETC, man, you know, Section 8, you know, you can name, all of y'all can name someone that has come through that has just not worked out. You know, all of y'all, you know, throw some names out there and I can tell you it didn't work out. And I can tell you what happened when it didn't work out. You know what I'm saying? Now, here's the thing. This was an idea that I had before live streaming was even a thing. Okay, before I even met Jules, I lived with 3 females, Bree, Luscious Shay, and M. Okay, that, let me tell you something. Now that would have been some fucking content, bro. Hold on, let me open this thing right here. Just give me a second, chat. Hold on. Let me yeah, I don't need no advice as far as $1 starts. That's never going to happen here. And anything that I'm selling is listed in the shop. You would have known that by clicking on the notes. I don't $1 starts and I never will. All right. But I appreciate the advice that I didn't ask for. Okay. Salutes. Crazy. Niggas give you advice that is only beneficial to them. Not technically you. But salutes, man. Good try though. You know what I mean? Like, you know, a nigga always trying to get something. I get it. Don't get me wrong. I get it. You know, you trying to get some come ups, nigga. You just ain't gonna get no come ups on me. You know, go, you know, just swipe, nigga. And there's other niggas that you could get come ups on. It ain't gonna be over here. Look. Top's right up in the chat, man. Top's right up in the chat. Okay. So, you know, again, my point is that, you know, shout out to HS1, HS2, HS3, all those concepts the entire time. You know, HS1, I can name, you know, Jules, Preezy, Oleg, Ouchie, AK, Alice. Who else did I bring over there? Oh, Alicia. Remember Alicia? Alicia, bro, like, you know, again, what I'm saying is that, you know, I've learned to appreciate the talent. David Stone was the first one. I don't think I really appreciated him as much as I would appreciate him now. Even Alicia, you know, I let something as dumb as, you know, her, you know, kind of snapping at me because she had an issue, right? She, you know, unfortunately, you know, she suffers from, you know, being manic. And I didn't know what that was. So she snapped at me. I took it personal. And, you know, I cucked a weekend of content that we were supposed to do. Like she had a whole Miami trip that was paid for and everything that I was supposed to take you niggas with me on. And I let that, I let that go. Check out the title. Okay. Zaya, love, peace. Okay. A new form of me. Okay. I'm going to try though. You know, I can't promise nothing. Okay. I know myself. I'm a hothead, bro. I'm a hothead and I don't like disrespect. But you know what? In all honesty, like, you know, I got to kind of reel it back a little bit. You know, I need a little bit of a more maybe like nicer approach. Don't get me wrong. I'm not no sucker, nigga. You're not going to walk all over me, you know, but I don't want to be entertaining, you know, negativity coming from haters. I want to entertain the negativity that is the content. Okay. Zaya love peace. Shout out to Sunny, man. All right. So you know, that was HS1. HS2, I had the house. Come on, my nigga. I had damn near everybody that was HS1 was able to go to HS2 if they wanted to. All right. Now you add in Gucci's. Now you add in Pebs. I ain't gonna hold you, my nigga. You know, there was even a little disappointment with Pebs because I wanted Pebs to at least engage. That's it, you know. But even without that, Pebs was profitable talent that I've had in everybody that I brought over. Okay, where Pebs at? Pebs sleeping. Okay, so you know, again, like, you know, and that's why there is a level of loyalty that I have for Pebs. Okay. Again, I would have liked Pebs to, you know, do a little bit more than she did, you know, but at the same time, you know, she was going through something mentally. And in all honesty, the studio wasn't the best fit for her anyway, but we made it work. Okay. And that content, if you think about it from back then, you know what I mean? Like Higgins loved that content back then. Okay. As much as Higgins wanted to get rid of Pebs, you know, let's put it this way. The same nigga, oh, look at Pebs right there. The same niggas that wanted to get rid of Pebs when there was no more Pebs content, them niggas left. Them niggas begged every day to get rid of Pebs, nigga. And then when Pebs wasn't part of the, because let me tell you something. Right now, yeah, but Zaya, but man, you stay with Pebs. Yeah, but Pebs is not in this content right here. Pebs is in the chat where she can be. Pebs knows that this is my office. You can't sit here with me. That's it. This is HS4. This is a one-man show right here. You got to stay in your room. Okay? If you want to get on here, nigga, you got to take the link from the room. Okay, you're doing too much, my nigga. You're blocked. Okay, I don't play them games, and you should have read the notes. Okay? Fuck about my chat, nigga. All right? So, you know, but she in the other room. Yeah, but the thing is that she's not in your face when the camera's turned off. And the thought process that you're going to tell me how to live my life outside of this camera shit, you're fucking bugging. Okay? Nobody's telling me how the fuck I'm going to live. What the fuck is the matter with you? Maybe on here, I get it, nigga. But when I turn this shit off, whatever I do outside of here is none of your fucking business. I will tell you if I feel like it. Okay? Yeah, I banned him. You didn't see all the dumb shit that he was doing? You got to chill with that, my nigga. Check out the store or keep it moving. I already wrote in the notes that I don't do the trolling over here. Okay? Yeah, I got rid of that nigga, and I will get rid of anybody else like that. Check out my shop. I do good business. Okay, ban you. There we go, papas. You know, speak up, nigga. There we go, pang. I don't got to waste my time talking to you, nigga. Kick rocks. So, you know, again, my private life is none of your fucking business. I'll tell you my private life when I feel like it, but I don't fucking owe nobody nothing to tell you my private life. Okay? And that's why little by little, because some folks have taken it upon themselves to think that my private life is theirs, that's why I've pulled back now. Now there's a lot of shit that I don't fucking tell nobody because I realize it's none of your fucking business. And the same niggas that be maybe acting like they cheering for me are really preying on my downfall. So another reason why I can't just be out here blurting everything. I know a bunch of y'all fuck with me. And I know a bunch of y'all, you know, I probably could tell you these things in confidence, just me and you. But when I'm talking to you, I'm talking to everybody. 37 people, not all 37 of the people in here fuck with me, bro. They just don't. Okay? So, you know, HS2. Boy, a host of names, you know? And, you know, just, it didn't work out. Now, this is not to, I want to say this, right? Shout out to Topps World. So Topps World don't really count as like talent because Topps World is a creator. That's just a collab. You know, and the thing is that Topps World has a life, a job, a family. It would be different if Topps was like single. You know, I might have told Topps, yo, my nigga, what's up, nigga? Live here. You know, come stay with me at the studio. My nigga, what'd you do? You opened up another account? Holy shit. This nigga just, he like the niggas over here on YouTube. He just, holy shit, nigga ban, nigga block, nigga ban and block, nigga ban and block. That nigga went and got his other account. He want to come in here and talk to me. No, nigga, that's it. It's over. You know, you feel me? So the same thing with Topps. And the reason that I bring up Topps is that, you know, again, man, at one point in time, I was living with 3 girls. Man, that would have been the best content ever, nigga. That should have been HS1. That was like HS1 beta. I didn't even know what HS was. You know, that was HS1 before HS1 was a thing, you know? And, you know, unfortunately, you know, I didn't really get to foresee that. But the problem is that I'm still so much thinking about that. All right. All right, bang. I'm so much thinking about that first year that, you know, it's just a constant thought that stays in my head. And then, you know, because I watch stuff like No Jumper, I continue to see the potential in what I could do. Okay. I still see the potential, you know, as I'm here sitting in HS4, looking back and saying, you know, fuck them years, nigga, I'll just do me. I'm a one-man show. I'm thinking HS5, I want to revisit the same concept. Now, you know, again, you know, unfortunately, it's hard to find good work, my nigga. It's hard to find a nigga that just, you know, just come in and do their thing. And look, even right here, you know, as I'm thinking about HS5, I'm thinking about, yo, getting it popping again where we have guests in studio. I turn on and it looks like Adam is about to fire everybody again. And it tells me, Zaya, do you want to even bother to do that again, bro? Even Adam is firing niggas. Okay? If Adam is running a legit business and these niggas is getting paid top dollar and they still fucking it up, my nigga, what the chances of me at a lower scale, I'm still going to run into fucking, you know, niggas that are just irresponsible. You know? I don't know what that means, man, but you know, you might want to check the notes, nigga. Take that trolling somewhere else, nigga. You just gonna get blocked. So, you know, again, this just had me, you know, kind of rethinking how, you know, how I wanted, you know, I've been thinking lately. I've been like, yo, I want to start planning. You know, HS5 is not going to happen tomorrow, you know, but I want to start kind of coming up with the concept. You know, what am I going to do? Getting rid of a lot of stuff because, you know, again, like when you have strangers just coming into your spot, like it's just not suitable for me to have all this merchandise, you know? So that's why I've been kind of selling. I've been selling, nigga. I'm selling. Boy, shit is moving. All right. But I don't know, bro. You know, now I see the No Jumper and I see that, you know, Adam could be firing everybody. And I'm just like, fuck, you know, like, do I want to go through this again? You know, do I want to take the chance? You know? And the thing is that, you know, I've, you know, kind of played with the thought process that is there any way to do No Jumper, but do it where niggas just take the link and come on here? You know, I don't know. You know, I don't know. So, you know, HS5 again is, you know, the brain is doing like this, you know, the gears are moving, but you know, when I see something like this, I'm just like, damn, but that nigga's on a higher scale and you still can't get niggas to do what they got to do. You know? All right. Let's get to the No Jumper stuff. And then there's some other content that I want to watch as well.
Point had been running content back to back and trying to antagonize and instigate this conflict with DW Flame and him. I think a call or audio got leaked of Brick talking about DW Flame and his gang. And, you know, Flame got asked about that particular call and conversation, and Brick dissed him on like 3 different shows that week. So Brick would be walked in tripping. And that led to probably the most explosive, hostile moment on No Jumper in history. And Adam was watching all of this thinking, man, bro, do I really want to be flying this close to the sun?
You gonna rap? Yeah, you buster.
Pissed off of traffic?
3-day content.
What up, anybody hanging like that? What up?
I'm trying to figure out why still running content on the conversation that got leaked from this. Keep on digging about my boy. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Dead homies. I don't know about nothing else. 6-0. Energy is what energy is.
Hey,
This is my boy right here. Hold on, no, 3 days in a row, gang. You been here 3 days in a row getting asked the same question after we talked. I still ain't watched it. I don't know what I said to cuz. That ain't no excuse. I know one thing. The first time I picked up the phone, I said, bro, I can remember one thing only that was derogatory that I said. Did I not?
Speak on it.
On 6-0 Crip. Everybody else, like, it's cool. Like, all this, it was a Monday show. It was a show yesterday. I love you, Adam. I'm not tripping off of you. It ain't nothing like that, cuz I'm frustrated right now, bro. Because y'all digging. If a say you ain't gonna watch it, you gonna watch it. And the leak it, it's ever. Any ride with cuz on the dead homies, it is what it is. On 6-0 Crip. Me and cuz are crashing together, or by myself on the dead homies. Where see? On hood, they gonna be calling your ass little Drake up. Dead homies, and it is what it is. You cops. Dead homies. And who posted the other about me and a blick, cop ass whack, right? On the hood, calling me Mr. AK-47. I got open cases. Stop playing with me, cuz. On the dead homies, I ain't leaving my kids for nothing. 6-0. Stop playing with me, cuz.
And then you have the moment with me and Wack, where at that particular time, it stemmed from No Jumper having Munchie B, Spider Loke, and other people who Wack didn't really like on the platform. And then they were on my show, right? So I took the blame for it. So all of this was going on at that time, which essentially led to Adam not being able to sleep well at night. And his solution to this was just canceling everything and starting fresh.
Hold on. What up? Okay, bring him up. Bring him up. You keep playing. You keep playing. Just play me. Talking about some milk water. You're right. But today, I don't want to be. Right. Now, chill out, bro. That's right. I know it's yours. Why don't you holler at you? This ain't your show. Chill out, bro. This is our show.
If Adam couldn't sleep at night because of that was going on, then he certainly can't sleep at night at what's currently going on at No Jumper. Let's compare what was happening then that led to all the shows being canceled to what's happening right now.
Bro, what's your mouth? Bro, what's your mouth? Yo, Jalise.
You come in here playing with me.
Hey,
I ain't them.
I'm not trying to play with you. I'm not trying to threaten you.
Throw your
You don't got no swag.
throw your
Just go.
watch out, Adam.
I'm not watching out.
Gotta
I'm
go.
doing that with you. I'm
You gotta
not
go.
doing that with you.
Okay.
You came to the podcast. You want to fight. You gotta go.
So the shows are doing less.
The craziest thing is that when I'm thinking HS1, HS2, HS3, I don't think I really had any niggas that wanted to fight. I think I was the one that wanted to fight Oleg. Yeah. And Preezy was talking a good game that he wanted to fight Toss, but that nigga didn't want no smoke. Because as soon as Toss wanted to get fucking busy, then all of a sudden Preezy was tucking his fucking tail between his legs. Who else wanted to fight? Jules making I want to fight Pebs. I want to fight Pebs. I want to fight Pebs. Bitch, stop fucking playing, nigga. Go fight your baby daddy's sister. Cause she want to fuck you up, nigga. Go fight her, nigga. That's the person you ducking. You want to fight Pebs. Pebs don't want to fight. You want to fight Pebs. But your ex-man's sister want to throw hands, nigga, and you ducking her. You see how fake niggas are? You see how fake niggas are? And I used to be around these fake ass niggas. And I used to just look and say, damn, nigga, you nigga fake as hell, nigga. All right? And entertaining jokes from these fake niggas.
Numbers, but yet more drama, and there's more people on the platform. Yeah, bro. Y'all get ready, man. All right. I give, a large majority of that cast about 6 months, man. Now, obviously, we know there are certain people who aren't going anywhere, who are always going to be there, right? But a large percentage of y'all, it's raps. I feel like the biggest problem with this current cast isn't even about the fact that there's drama or the numbers isn't there. They don't trust each other. A large percentage of this new cast is obsessed with the Reddit. They're obsessed with narratives. Their podcasting is reflective and based on what the Reddit is going to think. And they all, not all, but most of them are obsessed with trying to be Adam's number one. That's something that I always thought was weird, especially for something as team-based as podcasting.
And are you in the top 3 talent at No Jumper?
Yeah, in terms of under Adam, I think I'm number one.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm the best.
Right.
I'm the best
By
host.
the way, shout out Adam22.
Yeah, shout out to the 22ster, man. But yeah, I'm definitely number one for sure. And that's why he's starting a show with me, because I'm the best host.
It's two active components to this No Jumper current dynamic that's going to make everything crash and burn. One dynamic is the hosts are obsessed with the narratives on Reddit. And that's because they understand that the bosses, Adam, Josh, and everybody, they watch the Reddit obsessively. They're in Reddit. And if the Reddit turns on you, well, that's going to affect their opinion of you. And then secondly, they're competing to be Adam's favorite. Those two active components being a part of the current No Jumper culture creates and fosters an environment of distrust. And it makes podcasting impossible. If I'm on a podcast with somebody who A, believes we're in a competition for Adam's love and Adam's favorite, and B, is willing to do whatever it takes so they don't become the villain in a Reddit for the day, then podcasting becomes impossible. How can I podcast with you if I don't even trust what you're saying is a real opinion? If we're on a podcast and I give this hot take, and then you rebuttal my hot take with your take, And I can decipher whether or not your rebuttal is A, your real opinion, or B, something you're just saying to win favor with the fans and Adam. Well, that becomes a problem then, because A, whatever you say, I'm taking it personally, and now it becomes combative and hostile and it lingers. And then two, I'm not going to give my like real opinions. I'm going to give an opinion that I believe that Adam wants to hear and the fans want to hear. And then now we're just on a podcast all agreeing with whatever narrative Adam wants to hear and the fans want to hear. And then B, when I see my co-host on another platform talking about me and I see him kicking my back in, if this environment did not exist, if the dynamics did not exist, then I just see that as my co-host podcast and giving opinions. But because of the current environment we're in, when I see my co-host on other platforms kicking my back in, right, critiquing me, then I see that as, oh, he's kicking my back in to undermine me so he could win this make-believe competition and win favor with the fans.
So that's something I have noticed about No Jumper, man. It'd be a lot of them going at each other instead of talking about the topics and giving their opinion on the topics, and then maybe getting like a little debate with the people that may have difference of opinions. No, it's exactly what he said. Is niggas kicking each other's backs in when they're not there. It's the same concept of one time me watching my grandmother with my two aunts, her daughters, and when one walks away, they all dogging out the one that walked away. And when she comes back and another one walks away, they dog out the other one that walks away. You know, like, now I don't think I've had that issue. I'm trying to think. Have I ever had that issue with streamers? I ain't gonna hold you. Yes, I have. Preezy is a nigga that just wants to argue. You know, Preezy's not a debater. Preezy's not a podcaster. Preezy is a nigga with a pussy between his legs that want to argue with other niggas that he doesn't like at that moment. He will purposely argue with Tops because he doesn't like Tops, not because the conversation calls for you to rebuttal each other. The same thing that happened with the fucking dude from last night. He just wanted to disrespect Tops. He did not want to, like, yo, let's rebuttal back and forth. That nigga, in all the time that he's been in the chat, he took the link to cuss with me back and forth. That nigga never took the link to add to the content, to have a discussion. You know, and I kind of want to get back to those days. As crazy as it sounds, it's times like this that I miss the Mojado niggas. The Mojado niggas were niggas that took the link and had the conversation. And the environment that we have now, you niggas just want to come up here to argue, nigga. You don't want to come up here to have a combo. What the fuck is going on? You know, what the fuck is going on, my nigga? Have y'all niggas just got so used to just the arguing that that's all you want to do? I don't get it. I don't get it. Niggas don't want to have combos no more. You know, the combos are dead. Well, dead for y'all because, you know, again, and I say this respectfully, nigga, I don't need not one nigga to come up here, nigga. I could gear this shit by myself, nigga. I could run circles, nigga. You see me, niggas is like, yo, Zaya, you still up? Zaya, you breaking night? You damn right, nigga. I do this every day. Okay, respectfully though. You know, I do this every day. Okay, I just don't do the morning shift. I sit here and I eat my breakfast, nigga, and I watch content and I go to sleep. But I'm like, yo, fuck it, nigga. I might as well just stream in the morning too. You know, if I can, stream at night, do the night shift, and then do the morning shift, and then I sleep in the afternoon. I told you I like to sleep in the afternoon. Okay, I don't like to sleep at night. I'm a night owl, and I don't really like to sleep like directly in the morning. So I probably go to like maybe like 1, 2, and then I go to sleep, and I wake up like maybe like 7, 8. I like that shift right there. You know, and I wish that I could have someone else streaming while I'm sleeping. You know, that's the point. I've always wanted to build this to where I had multiple people streaming on the channel. You know, one of the concepts was when Pebs did the Pebs takeover. It's still my channel. It still operates with my audience, but it's a different character that is, you know, steering the thing. But it's just like, you can't trust niggas, bro. You can't trust niggas. You know, I give a nigga the key to my car and he takes it. That nigga he driving reckless. You know, it just sucks. It sucks that I have, you know, HS4 going into HS5, and I still ain't been able to get to a solid core of some, you know, people that want to work together. You know, it's pretty sad, but you know, it is what it is, man. Okay. And also listen, I'm very firm on how I'm talking right now, but I'm not trying to disrespect nobody in the chat. You are looking at Zaya Love Peace. Okay. This is a new version of Zaya inspired by Big Money Sonny. Okay. Shout out to Big Money Sonny yesterday. He came through, played some music. It's about to be his birthday on Wednesday. You know, 51. He is young. And I look at that nigga, and that nigga don't look bothered, bro. You know, and I'm just like, yo, bro, I want to be like that. I'm tired of letting things bother me. I'm tired of, raging out, or I'm tired of that, bro, because it gets me nowhere. Like even the nigga from yesterday, I got it popping with the nigga from yesterday. Am I worried that I'm going to see this nigga? No. That's the part that I had to think of. Like, I really had to do that with you, nigga. I really had to go back and forth with you, cussing with you and disrespecting you because you disrespected me. Like, I got to learn how to just cut niggas off, wave you off, because in all actuality, that wasn't worth my time, bro. It wasn't worth my time. And a lot of times, it gives an impression, right? If I go off on that, man, I cussed that nigga to hell yesterday. You don't think there's at least one person in the chat that's like, oh my God, I ain't going to talk to Zay. I don't want him to go off on me. And it's just like, but you didn't see that the dude disrespected me. You didn't see that he called for me to act that way. You only remember me acting the fool. Ain't no one's gonna remember that fucking dude from yesterday. No one's gonna remember him. Maybe to troll him a little bit like that. But if that nigga never comes back, nobody's gonna remember him. But everybody's gonna remember me. Everybody's gonna remember me cussing that nigga the fuck out, right? A tournament? What are you talking about? I don't know anything about a tournament. Oh, you talking about thing though? You talking about Ricky Bobby? All right, my fault. I thought you were talking about me. I'm like, a tournament? Like, where'd it just come from? My fault. So, say you love peace, man. I don't know, because Sonny does it flawlessly. It's built into him. I have to build it in myself. Like that nigga came manufactured that way, where it's just like this. And you know how I know too? There was one time that Sonny was on our panel, me and Pebs, and Crystal Marie was going in on that nigga, and that nigga was just laughing. yeah, my fault, Ricky Bobby. That nigga was just laughing. And I'm like, yo, bro, you need to just laugh these niggas away, bro. Okay, these niggas ain't even worth going back and forth with. They're just not, Maybe it was worth the nigga coming up to cuss me out, but even in that, like, regardless of the fact, again, no jumper. Shout out to No Jumper. The thought process that now I see, and the thing is that, so I've watched No Jumper since like the last time they fired people, right? But now that Flacco is saying, yo, every so often the nigga got to clear house and fire people, I'm just like, damn, that sucks. That sucks. It's like a regular business. This business of mine has always been a one-man business. I can always count on myself, nigga. I'm employee of the month every month. Bow. Employee of the month, January, February, March, April, May, June. It's me. Nigga, it's my picture every single time. So now to get someone that is considered a coworker, like a job, you really have to be worried about, the coworker not wanting to work. You turn your back and the nigga is slacking. You got to worry about a nigga stealing. You got to worry about a nigga, because if I leave my channel to somebody for a certain amount of hours, I could wake up, nigga, and my whole shit could be gone. The whole business could tank. So in a way, as much as I want an individual to be working while I'm not working, I don't trust nobody to just take my eye off of you. Even when Pebs used to do the Pebs takeovers, that I'm still watching the stream. I got the stream in my ear. I'm watching it, and I'm waiting for something to happen to, on my side, shut it down. And that's the thing. Even at No Jumper, the hosts, they're not in control of anything. There's still someone there. If it's not Adam, it's Josh. If it's not Josh, it's someone else. Someone is always there watching them and making sure everything is working and is ready to cut it off if something happens. Unfortunately, that is, that is how YouTube is, man. Unfortunately, they're so, I wish that, no, I don't buy shoes, man. Sorry. That's the sucky part about, that, the concept that, you can't really trust Higgins, man. You can't really trust Higgins. So, it kind of is what it is. But, there's still a part of me that wants to revisit that, breaking new characters. All right. This is going to sound crazy. Well, no, it doesn't sound crazy to a person that just doesn't want to give credit where credit is due. Maybe, but I feel like through my channel, my nigga, I'm like the Gucci Mane of this Section 8 YouTube shit. Okay, think of how many names have come through me and then started a channel, you know, and then they are someone that you watch. You know, I feel like I got a couple, man. I got a couple good ones. You know, look, one of the best ones, Sandman, bro. Okay, think about it. You know, if Sandman wasn't getting clapped, Sandman wouldn't even have a fucking channel right now. That nigga would be content with just coming up on my shit. But because the concept of clapping someone off, niggas just kept clapping him and clapping him and clapping him. That nigga said, fuck it, nigga, I'm just going to create my own shit where I could talk. And now look, he's doing great. Right? Well, I don't want to say doing great because, you know, to me, I'm a numbers guy and I don't know Sandman's numbers. Right? Nor do I want to know, but I'm a numbers guy. So like if the money is flowing and there's like a certain amount of money being made, then cool, I will say he's doing well. To me, I'm not just going to say he's doing well because he has 100 people in the chat, because he got 100 freeloaders. That's what it is. He got a bunch of freeloaders in there that are just in there to be in there. You know, there's not any type of, you know, them niggas could be in there, you know, calling them. Well, yeah, I'm sort of the same way. Nigga comes up in here calling me stupid. I'm not paying that nigga no mind. You know, I wanted to say, well, what rules does Sandman have that gets you kicked out the chat, banned? You know, is it the talking on the dead, or does he just time you out? You know, anybody know? Are you uploading the recording? Oh, Ricky Bobby again. Y'all speaking of Ricky Bobby. Sorry. I'm just making sure that you know, I keep up with you know, my greens and my blues. But again, a shout out to Sandman, man. I feel like Sandman is you know, Sandman has come a long way. Speaking on kids or dead, but okay, false PDF charges, speaking on kids or dead, and doxing, but that gets you blocked or timed out. Okay, because then if anything, then cool, yeah, he got the same rules as me. Then he's, you know, okay, cool. You know, he got a lot of people in there. That's what's up. But you know, like, yeah, them niggas fucking donating? Probably not. Okay, probably not. You know. But you know, then again, Sandman doesn't look at it like a business. You know what I mean? Like that man has a job and stuff. You know, to me, this is a business. So, you know, I'm a little bit more strict, nigga. Like, you know, ain't no depends on me. You hit false pedal charging, hey, it's an instant block, nigga. Man, go fuck yourself. Go somewhere else. You know?
Nobody trusts each other now because of these dynamics. There's no truer example of this than a couple of days ago when Doughboy was going back and forth with one of the employees.
Because I'll show you. I'm going to show you what I said. And I was, bro, when I heard it, I was just so confused. Like, why would he say that? So just let me tell you. And we can break down what you said.
Go ahead.
I'm going to just tell you what I heard on my way to Pod with Munchie B. This is what I heard. And now we don't got to put words in nobody's mouth because this came out of your mouth. Hold on one second. All right, here we go. This is what you said.
Yeah,
not nobody else. There ain't no AI.
On everything I've ever said. Play it.
Terms with them. Because if Wack wanted to fight my boy Doughboy and he wanted to be cool with me, I would say we can't be cool until you cool with Doughboy. It's not a one-sided thing. That's my homie. And that's how we rockin'. Same school.
That's true.
Hold on.
Doughboy is just all buddy with Wack. I'm starting to think this whole time he's been an agent of Wack.
An agent of Wack.
Just listen. Just listen.
I know what
An
this
agent
is.
of
I-
Wack.
Let them hear it.
It was Flacco.
Just he's an agent
I
of
list
Let me
Flacco,
just-
Jalise,
hold on,
I list
just let it
Creep as
go.
Wack agent, and I say you're a Wack agent. That's what I say.
Jalise, Wack agent. And now Doughboy. So now I don't know if I can trust Doughboy like I've been.
And that's absolutely still true.
Just let the word go.
Bro, you keep cutting me off. I know what the clip says. I said this
They
shit.
don't know what you said.
When
Bro.
Doughboy got tired and said, "Hey, I need 15 minutes to take a nap," like
You already mentioned
I'm
this.
just getting real tired. I'll be right back. And disappear for an hour at a time, taking naps about 4 to 5 times.
long rest.
Who was at that desk? It was Moose Man.
Also
All right,
true.
So that's okay. So that's my inherent thing. You said if you know if somebody was my homie and they Doughboy I was friends with him before I was friends
I
with
get
you.
that, Doughboy, but I'm saying for me.
No, let's break that down. Okay, I knew him before you.
I know that.
This is
Doughboy,
Sacramento
I'm talking
politics,
about
though.
for me, my G. I'm saying.
Doughboy confronts the dude for saying like bad things about him on the pop. Yeah, why are you like saying I'm a snake? Why are you saying like I'm dissing, I'm not? I backstabbed you. Like, why are you bringing up things like, oh, when Doughboy was like going back and forth and sleeping on stream for an hour at a time? You know who was
What's happening here is there's too much internal beef and there's not enough Higgins doing the news. That's the point, you know? All right, shout out to Swag. No alt of George Wallace or Dank. Man, the George Wallace is still a thing? That's crazy. That nigga don't give up, man. You at least got to give him E for effort, nigga. That nigga do not give up, nigga. He pushing that George Wallace shit forever. Man.
they were still showing up for you guys and doing that content for you guys. Me. So it feels like, this is all about like it's no longer trusted. I can't even trust that we can all just podcast in good faith. There's always going to be an ulterior motive and an underlying agenda. It's always, right? And I'll be real, and if you're podcasting right now at No Jumper and you haven't peeped this and you haven't know that there are certain people who are showing up to podcast with ulterior motives to make you look crazy, so the Reddit can be against you, and because they know that Adam is checking the Reddit every day, and Adam will see if the Reddit has a bad opinion about you, he's probably going to get rid of you. If you don't understand this now, you should probably get hip to this like strategy, right? But Doughboy's like, bro, like, what the hell? But then, like the dude that tells Doughboy, well, the reason why I did this is because I felt like you were snaking me out when you was telling the people that you didn't know about me pulling up on Wack and me getting confronted by Wack and you was taking Wack's side and him going off on me. I felt like you were snaking me and trying to turn the people against me and on your side. So even dude felt like Doughboy was trying to turn the fans against him. Nobody trusts each other. This is an absolute shit show.
What benefit would it give me to snake you?
I'm saying that you're lying to the people to make yourself look better.
I'm not trying to look better. I didn't think it was a good idea. So let's just go with your narrative and say that I knew it was going to happen. I still didn't feel like it was a good idea.
I know, but you lied to the people and said you didn't know.
No, because the shit was going back.
No Jumper has a big problem, bro. I don't feel like anybody in that building trusts each other, and that's a problem. And the one thing we know is when Adam starts feeling like the opportunity he's given is backfiring, he's gonna get rid of everybody and start fresh again. Now, I hope the people that I like, obviously, if you know me and then I like you. The people who I like, I hope they'll keep their job. I'm gonna be advocating for them behind the scenes. I'm gonna do everything in my power. Even if I gotta offer No Jumper, hey, bro, I'm gonna come back and do a show. If you feel me, like keep this person so I can work with them. I'll do whatever I can do in my ability to make sure whoever I like stays. But yeah, this is terrible, man. All right, let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think? All right, do y'all feel like No Jumper has a problem? Let me know, okay? And if you're still watching this video and you want to watch another good video, click on this video right here somewhere on my screen to find out why exactly NBA YoungBoy apparently put a bounty on one of Birdman's family member. I'm gonna see you guys in the YoungBoy and Birdman video.